Hello YouTube, Arrow Assassin here today, and I want to talk to you about Legion Alpha Ret PvP. So first thing I'm going to be going over is the spells in the spellbook, and then I'm going to be going over the talents, and then I'm going to be going over the honor talents and what they do. So with that, let's get started with the artifact weapon talent. Is Wake of the Ashes for Ashbringer on the ground, and dealing 147,000 holy fire damage and additional dot damage basically for 6 seconds. It also slows enemies, and 12-yard cone is for 50% for 6 seconds. It also stuns all demon and undead creatures. I'll show you guys that real quick. As you can see, there's the dot damage right there, and its movement speed is reduced by 50%. With that, I'm going over the spellbook now. Basically, you have kept wings from lives. It's 2-minute cooldown, increases damage and healing by 35% for 27 seconds basically. Blade of Justice, strike an enemy and generates 2 holy power. It's just pretty much like Crusader Strike, just attack it. It's 11.4 second cooldown. I'll show you guys that shortly. Blessing of Freedom, same as live. It's a movement impairing effects, like use it and you're not slowable basically. Blessing of Protection is different from live, you kept that, but the catch is this time once you use it, you can attack with it on you. It is very cool. So I'll show you guys that shortly as well. Cleanse Toxins basically removes poison disease. Crusader Strike, same as live, except this time it has 2 charges. Divine Shield, you keep it from live. This is my favorite thing about Paladins right now. It's a talent, Divine Steed. You mount basically in combat. It's 100% increased movement speed. You can use it indoors or in combat. I love it. It's such a good getaway, and it's really cool looking too. So I'll show you guys that as well shortly. Divine Storm, you keep that basically as well. Execution Sentence is now a talent, and the catch is it no longer heals this time. It requires 3 holy power and is now a 19-second cooldown, and it only deals damage. Eye for an Eye is new. It's a talent, 1-minute cooldown, reduces physical damage you take by 35%, instantly counterattacks any enemy that strikes you in melee combat for 48,000 in physical damage, lasts 10 seconds. Flash of Light, standard heal. Greater Blessings, these are kind of like live a little bit. You just buff, and it's kind of like a buff, except this time it doesn't buff everybody, it only buffs one target. So you have to pick the target you want to give the blessing to. You can use it on you. You can use all 3 if you want on you, but you can't use it on anybody else. Or you can split them up, use them on one target. Like you can use, example, Blessing of Might on me, or use it on that warrior over there. It's strictly up to you on what you want to use, who you want to give the blessings to. Blessing of Wisdom gives you maximum health, regeneration, and mana every 15 seconds. Greater Blessing of Might, basically, it's a 10% chance to deal 60% additional holy damage. Greater Blessing of Kings, it's a shield, basically absorbs up to 64,000 damage. Will be refreshed to the full strength every 6 seconds. And that's what the blessings do. Hammer of Justice is stun, basically a 1-minute cooldown. You don't have the 30-second stun anymore. The 30-second cooldown stun anymore. It's basically back up to a minute. Hand of Hindrance is new. You reduce movement speed to somebody to 70% for 10 seconds. So if you combine that Hand of Hindrance with the Mount Divine Steed and Hand of Freedom, it is basically a strong combo. Hand of Reckoning is a taunt. Judgment, you keep from live. Judges an enemy for 122,000 holy damage, casting the target to take 32% increased damage from your holy power consumers for 12 seconds. Lay on Hands you keep. Rebuke you keep. Redemption you keep. Shield of Vengeance is new. Creates a barrier of holy light that absorbs up to 179,000 damage for 15 seconds. When the barrier is consumed, all damage absorbed is dealt as holy damage, divided across all enemies within 8 yards. Templar's Verdict, same as live. You keep that. 3 holy power, nothing changed about that. I'll show you guys Divine Steed real quick. You can even attack with it up. Combine that with the movement effect, Blessing of Freedom, and Hand of Hindrance on somebody, it's pretty much the best getaway combo ever. Anyways, I'll show you guys Blade of Justice real quick. And then last I'll show you guys is you can attack with Templar's you can attack with the Blessing up. See, as you can see, I'm bubbling myself and I can attack with it up. It's really cool. Alright, let's go over with the talents next. First up is Final Verdict. It's just the damage increase to Divine Storm and Verdict, basically. Templar's Verdict. Next, like I said, is Execution Sentence as a talent in the first row. Last is Consecration. I haven't seen anybody really use this, so I don't think it's that good in PvP. It's probably better in PvE. PvE. Next is the Fires of Justice. Reduces the cooldown of Crusader Strike by 0.5 seconds and gives it a 30% chance to reduce the cost of your next holy power by 1. Zeal replaces Crusader Strike, grants Zeal, causing Zeal attacks to chain to additional nearby target per stack, maximum 3 stacks. Greater Judgment. Your Judgment deals additional 50% damage and jumps to 3 additional enemies and grants 100% increased duration. So those were what those do. Next row, Fist of Justice. Your damage dealing abilities that spend holy power reduce the remaining cooldown of Hammer of Justice by 10%. So basically, instead of having this as a 30-second stun on live, it just reduces the cooldown of Hammer of Justice. Repentance and Blinding Light, same as live, basically a CC. Nothing really more to it. So nothing's changed about those two. Virtual's Blade, Blade of Justice, critical strikes now deal 3 times the normal damage. Blade of Wrath replaces Blade of Justice, strikes an enemy with 19% holy damage, basically. It's just, like I said, replace Blade of Justice. Divine Hammer also replaces Blade of Justice if you pick that. Hammer spin around you, damaging enemies within 8 yards for 11,000 holy damage, and instantly and every 1.9 seconds for 7.6 seconds. Generates 1 holy power. Next row, Justicar's Vengeance. 5 holy power required. A weapon strike that deals 135,000 holy damage and restores health equal to damage done. Deals 100% additional damage and healing when used against a stun target. Eye for an Eye, like I said, it was a talent. The talent reduces physical damage you take. Word of Glory is now a talent. Heal yourself and up to 5 friendly targets for within 15 yards for 241,000. Gives you 2 charges like Crusader Strike does. And it's 1 minute recharge. Requires 3 holy power. Divine Intervention reduces your Divine Shield cooldown by 50%. In addition, any attack which would otherwise kill you reduces you to 20% of your maximum health and triggers Divine Shield. Cannot occur when Divine Shield is on cooldown or Forbiddance is active. Divine Steed is, like I said, my favorite thing about Paladins right now. Divine Intervention is also good. You can't go wrong with that. But I just like the Divine Steed. It's really cool. It's awesome. And like I said, with the right combo, it is really good. Seal of Light, 1 to 5 holy power. Draws upon your holy energy to increase your movement speed for 20 seconds per holy power spent. Blessing of Justice basically increases your blessings by 100%. Holy Wrath is a channeled 2-minute cooldown spell. Fires holy bolts causing 226,000 holy damage and generating 5 holy power over 2.4 seconds. Equality basically is a 5-minute cooldown. Deals holy damage to up to 3 enemies within 10 yards, equal to 100% of your missing health. Damage reduced against enemy players. Cannot be used if you have Forbiddance, but it does not cause Forbiddance. Next we're going over is the Honor Talents. Basically the first row is PvP trinkets, basically. The first one's an actual PvP trinket. Standard trinket, really nothing more to that. They give you that right away. Adaptation, all full loss of control characters within 5 seconds. So like a kidney, since it's like 5 seconds, will automatically activate your PvP trinket, but incurs a 90-second cooldown. Relentless is a passive, basically reduces the duration of all incoming crowd control effects by 25%. You don't get a PvP trinket, but it reduces all the CC on you, basically. I personally like that or the Gladiator's Medallion. I think they're one of the two best ones. Next row, hardness. While above 80% health, you take 20% less damage. Second one increases your health by 10%. Sparring, physical melee enemies have a 20% chance to be blunted, dealing 50% reduced damage. Jurisdiction increases the range of your Hammer of Justice ability by 10 yards. Unbound Freedom, Blessing of Freedom also increases movement speed by 20%. Law and Order, I think this is the most powerful one of all of them. When your hand of hindrance is dispelled or otherwise removed early, the cooldown is reduced by 15%. Your Blade of Justice also applies hand of hindrance to the target for 3 seconds. Next row, Holy Ritual, allies are healed for 32,000. When you cast Blessing a spell on them, you are healed again for 32,000. When the blessing ends, it also heals them again. Pure of Heart, whenever you or your allies within 10 yards are healed from any sources, they are cleansed of all diseases and poisons. Luminance, when you're healed by any source or all nearby enemies within 10 yards are also healed for 30% of the amount. Vengeance Aura, whenever nearby allies within 40 yards become victim to a full loss of control effect, your holy damage and critical strike chance is increased by 3% for 10 seconds. Stacks up to 10 times. Blessing of Sanctuary, this is a very strong talent. 25-second cooldown only, it's very low for a powerful item like this. Instantly removes all stun, silence, fear, and horror effects from the friendly target, and reduces the duration of future such effects by 60% for 5 seconds. Seraph's Blessing, when you or nearby allies within 40 yards drop below 40% health, you gain Avenging Wrath for 5 seconds. This effect cannot occur more than every 60 seconds. This is also strong, but I think Blessing of Strength is stronger just because you can remove all the CC on you and it reduces the effect by 60% for 5 seconds. So I recommend this as well. Next row, Lawbringer, increases the duration of judgment effect by 30 seconds, and anytime you cast judgment, all enemies with your judgment effect suffer 5% of the total health and holy damage. Divine Punisher, using judgment on the same enemy you judged, last generates 2 holy power. And the final talent, Hammer of Reckoning, 57.1 second cooldown, hurls a magical hammer that strikes an enemy for 54,000 holy damage. When you or allies with your greater blessings take damage, the damage of your next Hammer of Reckoning increases. Okay, I'm guessing it kicked me out, but alright, so I don't know what happened. Alright, logging back in. Either way, guys, that was actually the very last talent. I think the alpha just went down. So yeah, guys, I hope you found this helpful, and I'll be doing more of these. So if you want to see another class soon, come back and check. I hope you like this guide. I'll see you guys soon.